Welcome to After Dark at the Fixed Ops Roundtable, featuring Katrina, Ness, Vanessa Collins, and Ted Ings. This episode is brought to you by BG Products, partners beyond products. And now for your hosts, Ted Ings, Vanessa Collins, and Katrina Ness.
Welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable's After Dark show. Tonight, we are joined by Don Andres and Jean Ings, and of course, Vanessa Collins and Ted Ings. Don and Jean are some of our very good and very close friends of the Fixed Ops Roundtable, and I can't wait for you all to learn more about them this evening.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Vanessa. Welcome, Katrina. Don, welcome. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Good to see the crew. Good to see the After Dark crew. Woo. Hi, Jean. Great to see you as well.
Jean.
Hi, great to be here. Great to see everyone.
Jean, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in a while.
Happy New Year. Oh my gosh. I know. I haven't seen you since last year. Isn't that crazy?
Tony Owens in the chat. Good evening. And it's January. It's Wednesday, January the 8th, right? And Trevor Shannon is here. Trevor, we miss you. We love you. Miss you from down in Florida. Great to see you at Beaux-Arts, and that was a lot of fun. And you're definitely part of the Fixed Ops family, you and Dynatron and Maureen and the gang. So really great things happening here. So, Don, what you been doing?
What a fun start to 25, right? Right out of the gate. It's been a lot of conversations, a lot of vendor partners that I've been working with. They are out of the gate strong right now. So it's already setting the tone for 25. I'm excited.
Don, you know this fellow Dave Buckshaw who's here in the chat?
Yeah.
He'll be here on Friday with Carol Kilner, and they're doing a panel. Good evening, Dave, and happy New Year to you. And excited about what's coming up. So, Vanessa, this event is going to be here before we know it. Oh, here's Sean Kingery.
Oh, there he is, the man.
Yeah. The man is here. Yeah. Sean, we can start now. So, Vanessa, when is the event? What's going on? What's this Route 66? It's really soon. I know that.
It is, like always, it is coming up so fast. We are just about 12 days away from our first day of our event. This is our Route 66 road trip event. Super exciting, happening January 20th through the 23rd. As always, 4 days, all virtual and online from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And tickets are complimentary, so make sure to snag those at fixedopsroundtable.com.
Katrina, did you see last night the video that Ed Roberts went out on Route 66? I saw him behind the wheel. I saw him ending up in Santa Monica. I saw the pier, the Ferris wheel.
Yes, he was everywhere. That was an amazing video. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check out the Fixed Ops Roundtable's socials to see this amazing video that just got put out where Ted Roberts was everywhere on Route 66.
He looks so smooth.
And that leather jacket.
Right. We showed Natasha, Jean, and she said, "That's Ed. That's him."
Oh, I love it. She's absolutely right.
All right, you getting a plug here for the book here from Tony Owens, Don. Tell us about the book.
He is such a good friend. Yeah, it's all about stress and chaos that just naturally happens in a service drive, right? And what the book talks about is first a little bit about leadership, how to recognize when employees are going through some of that, and then basically it gets into some really good strategies to remove that, right? To be able to engage with customers, get some really good results, obviously with more yeses. And then obviously it gets into moving that repair order through the shop, which is the secret sauce. If you talk to Tully, it's all about hours, right? And so we want to have as productive as we can service department. And the book really kind of touches on all those kind of secret sauces that get that done.
Everybody, Don Andres' book is available on Amazon. If you haven't read it yet, it's a must read if you're in the automotive industry, automotive business. And Don, thank you for writing that. And, once you write a book, you're in a new league, right? So it's all you.
It's been fun. I've been, I've had some larger groups reach out and say, give me 50 copies. And and that's been really fun as well too. But I think because it's a nice short read, right? It's 95 pages, short chapters. I've learned the secret of fixed stops. You got to keep it short.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yep. And Gene, the secret of Fixed Ops Roundtable with these themes. Tell us what some of the sites that we're going to be seeing along the way on Route 66, because I know you studied this and help put the map and the agenda together.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I know I really had to do my research with this one. When my dad said we're doing Route 66, I was like, okay, I think I've heard of that, but I had to do my homework. You know, we start in Chicago and we go all the way down to Santa Monica. We stop in Texas, and there's so many different wacky little tourist sites and diners and everything that like have made Route 66 what it is now, and all the history behind it is so interesting to learn. So I'm glad that this is our theme for this event. I think it's a really great way to highlight not just the history, but also do something new with the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
And Gene, I was on the fence with this one. You know that in the beginning.
I know you were, but I'm loving it. I feel like it's got a nice vibe to it.
It's such a cool deal. Such a cool deal.
It's going to be very cool. In fact, Don, at this time, we start looking ahead, you know, to the next events. And Vanessa, Katrina floated an idea the other day for the next event. And I've run that by Michelle and a couple people. And we think that's very doable, that theme you've got, Vanessa. So stay tuned. That may end up happening here. So, you know.
Nice.
In fact, Vanessa, you'll be the first to know because you're going to announce it on the show, right? Day 4.
Yeah, I always end up doing the day 4 transition. So I always end up announcing the next theme, and I am super excited to see what it is and to announce it.
Gene, how are those transitions coming along?
They're coming. We're rocking and rolling, as always.
All right. Okay, good.
Ted cracks the whip on that deal, doesn't he?
I know. I think this is my 11th event with the Fixed Ops Roundtable, writing transitions. It's kind of crazy.
That's so awesome. You're always so good at it, Jean.
Thank you.
You know, Don, it never amazes me. I'm like, okay, we got a short window on this thing. You know, maybe we're going to fall short. Maybe we're not going to fill this whole thing up. But time after time, Don, we end up like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get it all into 4 days? So, Kingry, don't even come in, Kingry, all right? So don't even think of that. That's not going to happen, Kingry. So, but Don does fill up.
Well, I will tell you, it's amazing how the word gets out. And now not only do you have more ideas for panels, right? Because people are saying, would love to know about this, love to know about that. But now, you know, when you're on these panels, there's not enough time. You could go for an hour and a half on some of these panels, and people just keep coming with great nuggets of stuff. So, you know, that's a sign that this is the right market and the right way to present it. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting and it's fun, and a lot of good things happening from there. So, Vanessa, I haven't seen you and Katrina since we were down at Beaux-Arts. Are you guys back at Northwood now? Are you back in school? Or are you still enjoying the break?
So Northwood is known for having a very long break. So we have a whole month off, which is so amazing. And so, yeah, we don't go back until this upcoming Sunday. So it is approaching and our break is coming to an end. But yeah, we're still, you know, enjoying our last 2 days with our loved ones at home.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. I'm ready to go back and get back into the root of things and the swing of everything. But I think I'm going to head back up tomorrow afternoon, maybe, and just kind of get working on everything again and get in the right headspace and environment. So I'm ready to get back into it. So that's for sure.
Katrina, once you go back, it's going to be nonstop until September, I think.
Yeah, it will be. And then I'm going to be like, I just want to lay in my bed and do nothing all day like I did over winter. But I'm so sick of it now. Like I need more to do at this point. So, you know, I'm ready to go back.
I love your confidence. I love the confidence, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, I feel like I'm good when I'm going, you know.
Yeah.
So
Let's go, right?
yeah.
Don, they're not afraid to, you know, speak up, look you in the eye, shake your hand. And I think it's all part of the Northwood idea, if you will.
So impressive. I loved everything you guys did at Bozart. I thought that was really fun there.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great few days. You know, it was very busy. We ended up doing almost 30 panels. And you know, we did some fun segments like the mobile service rescue, which was super fun. And then during our free time, Katrina and I did some mini mics. Jean helped with a lot of them. And yeah, we were all just kind of busy at work and also having a good time while doing it. So yeah, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you
Vanessa.
learn about mobile service? I mean, that is where you want to learn how to do it right?
Yeah,
Oh.
we learned so much, and it really showed how much Bozard like prioritizes it and cares about that operation that they have within the dealership. And truthfully, like you said, no better place to learn and understand the workings of it, as well as the benefits that it provides for the customer and the dealership, than learning it at Bozard. So it was wonderful.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. I've even noticed a mobile service van in my neighborhood, and I pointed it out to my friend. I said, "That's a mobile service van." And they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I have a lot to tell you."
Yes.
Was it a Ford or a Lincoln or?
It was Ford.
That's awesome.
It is so cool.
Yep. And Don, I'm thinking back maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, there were like hardly any, right? Like if you saw it, it was a very rare thing.
Yeah, and by the way, it was funny. You were talking to service managers at Ford stores, and they were struggling with trying to figure out how to integrate, right? And this was a disruption for them. And you talked to them today, just a year and a half later, and they're going, yeah, okay, it works. You're right. I mean, they've proved it out. It works. Let's go.
Vanessa, can you go back and put Sarah on screen? She's in the chat. And Sarah, again, Sarah, more compliments. She has come so far, okay, with this event and done so amazing things, not just with this event, but over the last, year especially. And just extremely proud to watch what she's doing. And Don, a lot of the panels that she was on today, and all the insights that she brought that we never would have had if it wasn't Sarah Van Tyne. So Sarah, great job, and please continue all that. So
always customer centric, always customer focused. Her contributions always bring you back to why we're there.
Jean, I should have listened to you, earlier.
I know. Sarah is such a great role model. I mean, even since the first day that I met her, I knew that, this is a woman that you want to pay attention to and you want to listen to what she has to say, because she has just got ideas that nobody else has got. And she is just very, she's just has that presence that you just don't want to miss her. So we love Sarah. Hi, Sarah, in the chat there.
Yeah, she gets it. She gets it big time. And Tony Owens, no jive in 25. Yes. So absolutely. So a great thing there. So Jean, what's going on in your world over at Quantum, in the Quantum life?
We're working hard. I mean, I'm still content developing for Quantum, so writing and designing a lot of the different activities that we have in the apps. I was in crunch time yesterday, finishing one up for today and going into reviews and everything. So we're busy, we're having a good time. And, especially with 2025, we're trying to keep things fresh and bring up what's new and see what we can do to make everything better. So, yeah.
Katrina, we had the young techs here today. We had a panel, and Bozard had a number of them on here. Jeremy was on here also, and
awesome.
Ed was on briefly. But we had these young techs from all over the country, and just fascinating to hear the things that they, in fact, as we got started, one of the techs was having a little bit of a disagreement with Sean Kingery, whom he worked for, and Jim Sabino was on there, and Jim stepped in, and Jim kind of set everybody straight with how we should be thinking of things. And I thought it was really amazing. So I captured a lot of that on video. That wasn't intended to. So
wow, that's awesome. And the Young Techs panel is a great way to display, new emerging employees into this industry and almost promote it in a way too. Hearing from their experiences, I think draws in a crowd that we need as well, and kind of just shining light on things that people aren't always seeing as well. So I think that that's a great panel that we continue to have, and it showcases a lot. So it's good.
I love how these dealers today, and you hear them on the panel, are so creative these days in the way they're developing. You know, we just had a set pattern for many, many years, Ted, which is, you know, we're gonna bring them in, they're gonna change oil, and then we're gonna maybe give them with our grouchy old, you know, veteran guy, and we'll see if he cuts it. And none of that really was effective. And today, incredible creativity when it comes to bringing them in and then setting a path, having creative pay plans for them. It's impressive. And I think, you know, this roundtable event really will showcase some of that.
Yeah. And I think, Don, you brought up a great point about like engaging them in new ways. A lot of dealerships now are implementing tech schools where, you know, their technicians are getting an education within a classroom and not having to just sit with a grouchy, you know, like you said, a grouchy old master tech that doesn't want them there, you know. So it's a different form of learning that isn't just hands-on, but also, you know, that critical thinking and critical sitting down and in an organized area. So it's cool the way everything's kind of coming together, and other stores are implementing that.
It's going to pay off. It really is going to pay off. So you're spot on. Yep.
Katrina, wasn't that part of what we saw at Beaux-Arts, that BTI, Beaux-Arts Technical Institute, part of Beaux-Arts University? They're doing some of that and developing and growing their own as well.
Yes, they do grow their own. They also have a lot of different in company, I guess I can say, like leadership courses and different kind of classes like that, and like the Technical Institute as well. So they do a lot of in store training and in company growth, which is cool. And this was a tech panel we had with some students that were going through the Technical Institute that Sarah and Vanessa hosted. So that was really cool to see, you know, how they are explaining it firsthand and what they're gaining from it and how it's a different experience from, you know, the traditional way.
So Vanessa, you're seated here. You're moderating the panel on the right, with Sarah on the left. And do you remember the lady sitting next to you, just to your right there, Vanessa, in the like the cream color blouse there? Do you remember who that was?
Yes, I do. I don't think I remember her first name exactly.
Grace.
Grace, there you go. But yeah, she is very involved with BTI and Beaux-Arts University that they have. And then I also thought it was interesting with the young man all the way to the left. I think he's freshly 18, maybe 19, right out of high school, just graduated, and he is, you know, in their BTI program becoming a tech. And I believe the man right next to him to that right, he finished with the program, so he's a little bit ahead, but they were able to, you know, tell us their firsthand experience of the program and what it's like to, you know, be trained within the dealership and kind of be Beaux-Arts built from within. So that was super, super cool.
And Crystal, next to Grace, is wonderful as well in the blue blouse with the dark jacket. Crystal was involved in a lot. The reason I mentioned Grace, her full name is Grace Looney. I don't know if you know Vanessa, but she is the daughter of Letty Beaux-Arts. Okay.
Yes.
And Letty and Bo Beaux-Arts are siblings. Here they are being interviewed on the leadership panel with Sarah and myself. So Letty's daughter, Grace, runs a lot of the branding and the development of these new products. And Grace has just done a fantastic job over the last several years, especially in cultivating that and bringing it all together. So, you know, I don't know if everyone knows that she's a Beaux-Arts, but, you know, she certainly is. And she does a great job.
She really does. And yep, their branding, it's amazing. And to just kind of see their operation, we were able to, during our dealership tour, we were able to walk, you know, into the classroom and see kind of what that looks like and kind of get a feel for what those night classes are. So yeah, I mean, it's an amazing operation that they have there.
Donna, it was nice that Jean moderated a panel and of course was on several panels as well. And to see that Vanessa, and here's Katrina, moderating panel. We even had Ed Roberts moderating panels.
Yes.
Jean is getting to be quite the pro. I love it. I think, you know, when you're comfortable up there and now you're just having conversations, it's entertaining. It's engaging. So great job, Jean. That's awesome.
Thank you. I mean, I'm lucky I get to learn from the best, you know, not only Sarah, Katrina, Vanessa, watching all of you guys be able to speak comfortably and listen and really bring the conversation around and bring up some really interesting points that, you know, I never would have thought of if I wasn't a part of that panel. So learning from you guys.
And Don, we all of us here tonight, we were in a meeting in Ed's office the afternoon before the pop-up, and it had to be at least, an hour and a half long or so. And Ed went through every part of what we're going to do in the pop-up. And Ed was assigning the panels. I'll never forget, Gene, he said, okay, Gene, can you moderate that one? And that was like the nod to get you, out co-hosting the panel.
I love it.
That's right.
That's awesome. I did notice, Gene, in your own office too. That's impressive.
Oh, my space here?
I saw your
of course.
name on an office at Beaux-Arts.
That's right. I got a new chair, a new desk, everything.
We put you to work. And a week later, Don, we got to spend more quality time with Ed Roberts, Gene and I, and just learning how he operates. Gene, was pretty fascinating, and to have a good look into that. And then you had a chance to go on a couple runs with Ed early in the morning, right?
I sure did. I mean, I'm pretty new to running, and Ed just finished a marathon, so I was a bit nervous, but he really pushed me. And you know what? I finished a 5K in the fastest time that I've done yet. So
that's awesome.
A lot to learn from Ed.
Is there anything Ed can't do? I think it's a short list.
They were up, Don, they were up at the crack of dawn, and they were running, and they were, running and talking and, strategizing. And that was good to see, Gene.
Yeah.
That's
it was a great
awesome.
time.
I love it. Get the mind going.
Absolutely. Rise and shine.
So, big event coming up a little bit later this month, Route 66 road trip. Again, everybody, it's going to be virtual. You don't have to go physically. It's online at fixedopsroundtable.com. For those folks who do go to that other event later in the week in New Orleans, you're going to get a chance to see a lot of those people speaking here first, and a lot of the companies as well. Look at that. We switched the background out. It's still Route 66. And for those who don't go to the other event, you got a chance to interact with people here. And we got a lot of new tools on this event that's going to make it more interactive. So stay tuned. I think you're going to like a lot of the technology that we're bringing and the AI to this event as well. So this will be the biggest one we've ever had. So no question about it. And there's Tully. Don, your buddy Tully.
It's funny. You have to go to NADA with a purpose. You really do. Otherwise, you just find yourself wandering around. And so to be able to spend 4 days picking and choosing the events you want to tune in on the roundtable gives you a great advantage, because now you're going with a purpose. You have things you absolutely want to talk about and want to figure out whether or not it's a fit for your company. So having this event prior to that event, Ted, is pretty brilliant. It really is. Because
we even have Dave Buckshaw saying I'm going to that other event without mentioning it. But Vanessa and Katrina, you're going to that event as well. Tell us what you're going to be doing there. I know you're going with Northwood, but you have another role with us as well.
Yeah, of course. So Vanessa and I are going with Northwood. This will be Vanessa's second and my third year going to NADA, which is exciting. We'll be at the Northwood booth for a little bit because Northwood does have a great relationship with NADA as well. And we have some other events going on that weekend. But when we're not doing things with Northwood, we'll be doing a lot of stuff with the Fixed Ops Roundtable, including doing some pop-up interviews with a whole film crew and a whole setup that you guys can reach out to Teddings or Sarah Valentine about and get information on that to have your whole booth displayed and captured and shared with the whole automotive industry. So Vanessa and I will be hosting those kind of shorter segments, and it'll be a really great experience for you and your companies as well. So that's what Vanessa and I are excited about.
Yeah, we've got these Fixed Ops Roundtable media packages, and they go anywhere from 90 seconds to 3 minutes, and there's a long form one as well. But if you want to be interviewed by Vanessa or Katrina, or maybe both, okay, let us know. We're going to film all this in 4K, and we'll be out throughout the convention with our amazing crew, and they'll do a great job, and you'll be able to utilize that footage as well. And if you happen to have a booth there, you could show that off. And Migs, where have you been, my friend, all day? So, yeah, excited about that. So, and Vanessa, it's just taking what you and what Katrina have done to a even higher level this time
Yeah,
around.
it is. Katrina and I started mini mic interviews, I think around a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's kind of evolving into, a bigger, more professional style operation. Although we still love our organic mini mic, we do it with our own phones and, it's great content. It really is. But this is going to be, on a whole different level. And it is definitely something that you're going to want to take the opportunity on. So definitely make sure to look into our Fort Media packages that will be at NADA.
Gene, they've gotten really good at that, at the mini mics.
Oh yeah, they're the pros.
So sweet.
All right, so Katrina and Vanessa, if you spot somebody really famous at NADA, which I know you've done at Northwood and other places and at the previous one, don't hesitate to stop them and get an interview, because they'll likely oblige you, and you never know who you're going to meet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're definitely going to bring our mini mics with us to New Orleans, so we will definitely do that.
Yeah. So Dave, you and Carol, I'll see you on Friday this week for your recording. Let's set up a time, Dave, when I see you this week, and we'll set that up so that we've got that all coordinated, so that Carol and you are there, and we capture that, and it'll all be done very professionally. So BL Innovare, okay? And they're a big and growing part of the fixed ops community, and they got some great technology out there. Don, you've seen that. You got them up at Northwood.
That's a great product. Great product.
Yeah. All right. So in our closing time here, what do we have ahead? Sarah said it's a busy January. It sure is. Wow. It's like nonstop. What's Vanessa, Katrina, anything else you want to add for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, we do have our event coming up super, super soon. And we are going to, be posting tutorials on how you can get those complimentary tickets. If you do not know how to already, it is going to fixedopsroundtable.com to get those, again, complimentary tickets. And this is January 20th through the 23rd, 4 days, all virtual and online, Monday through Thursday. And it is stacked right before that other event. So it is truly, truly an amazing timing and an event that you do not want to miss.
Kathy Kingry's in the chat. Kathy, it amazes me. Kathy, so many people reach out to me and they say, how do I get my ticket? Okay. After they just have seen and heard all this. So we actually have had Vanessa and Katrina do explainer videos, right, Gene? And how to get a ticket and how to go online, and you just go to fixedopsroundtable.com and you enter the information, and then you wait, and then you put in your cell phone and business and all that other information, and then you get the ticket for free. So
that's it. It's super easy.
Yep, super easy.
Yep.
I love that you get an agenda too, so you can peruse the agenda for the 4 days and really focus in on the things that are important to you. So
You do. I get chastised on the agenda, Don, because it's frequently not up that early because we're still recording people late, right? So, but we want the agenda to be fairly exact, right? We don't want it to be off by a lot of the time. So,
yeah,
it's what it is.
100%.
All right. So busy week ahead. A lot of interviews, a lot more panels. Next week, transitions for the ladies, and they'll be announcing who's coming up next. And I guess they're going to do that in theme, I guess, to the best that they can. Gene, and Gene, you wrote the scripts for Michael Cirillo also for the intros.
I sure did, and he always hits it out of the park.
amazing.
Scott. All right. Hey, Don, thank you for all you do, and thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Great to see the crew. You guys are just the best. You really are. So thanks for inviting me. We're going to have some fun this year. This is going to be a fun year, right?
I could tell.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be an amazing year.
And Don, thank you for all you do for the industry, too. You're a great voice.
Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it. And we're going to have some fun.
All right. On behalf of Don and Gene and Vanessa and Katrina, I'm Ted Ings, and we'll see you all on Monday night live here at 8 o'clock.